Power is not given, it is taken. Nobody is coming to hand you strength, confidence, or dominance. You become powerful the moment you decide to stop being weak. Every second you hesitate, every excuse you make, every fear you bow down to, it all keeps you small. You are not meant to be small. You are not born to blend in. You are not put on this earth to be a spectator in your own life. The world does not respect people who beg for attention. It does not listen to those who whisper. It does not follow those who are unsure of themselves. Power is not for those who wait for permission. It is for those who command it. You must rewire your mind to believe that you belong at the top, because if you do not, someone else will, and they will walk right over you. The reason you are not where you want to be is because you have tolerated being overlooked for too long. You have accepted being ignored. You have played the background while others took center stage. You have convinced yourself that someday someone will notice your potential and hand you the life you deserve. That is a lie. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to pull you up. No one cares how hard you have worked unless you make them care. Powerful people understand one thing. They do not ask for respect, they take it. They do not explain themselves, they show results. They do not fear rejection, they expect it and push through anyway. They do not waste time convincing people, they let their presence do the talking. You have spent too long letting people talk over you, dismiss you, undervalue you. You have given too many second chances. You have allowed yourself to be disrespected because you wanted to be liked. You have avoided conflict because you were afraid of what people would think. But what has that given you? Nothing. You are not here to be liked, you are here to be remembered. To become powerful, you must first kill the version of you that seeks approval. You must destroy the need to be understood. You must let go of the idea that people will suddenly start treating you better just because you are a good person. The world does not work like that. You do not get what you deserve, you get what you demand. If you speak, make sure your words carry weight. If you move, make sure the world feels it. If you walk into a room, own the space before you say a single word. Presence is not about looks, money, or status. It is about energy. It is about the way you carry yourself. It is about making people feel that you do not need them, that you choose to be in the room, and that you can leave at any time without losing a single ounce of value. Weakness is repellent. It invites disrespect. It attracts the wrong people. It makes you a target. Strength, on the other hand, forces people to reconsider how they treat you. The moment you start moving like someone who cannot be controlled, everything changes. The way people speak to you shifts. The way they look at you is different. They may not like it, but they will respect it. Silence is more powerful than explanation. Distance is more powerful than begging. Walking away is more powerful than proving your worth. The strongest people do not waste energy trying to convince others of their value. They know what they bring, and they know that if someone does not see it, that is their loss. You become powerful the moment you stop reacting, the moment you stop being predictable, the moment you stop showing your emotions to people who do not deserve them, the moment you learn to control your face, your body language, your words, your responses, the moment you realize that not everything needs your energy. Power is built in the mind first. If you think you are weak, you will act weak. If you think you are beneath others, you will carry yourself like you do not belong. If you doubt yourself, people will sense it before you even speak. Confidence is a choice. And if you are not choosing it every second of the day, you are choosing the opposite. No one is going to hand you the confidence you need to take up space in this world. You must build it. You must create it from nothing. You must train your mind to believe that you are the kind of person who commands attention and deserves respect. Because once you believe it, others will have no choice but to believe it too. The reason you have not stepped into your full power is because you still care too much about what people think. You still hesitate before speaking up. You still overthink before making a move. You still shrink yourself in rooms where you should be dominating. The moment you let go of the need for external validation, you unlock a level of strength that most people will never reach. Some will call you arrogant. Some will say you have changed. Some will resent the fact that you are no longer easy to manipulate. Good. That means you are doing something right. That means you are becoming untouchable. That means you are finally stepping into the power that has been waiting for you this entire time. Becoming powerful is not about being the loudest person in the room. It is about being the one people cannot ignore. It is about moving with purpose, speaking with authority, acting with certainty. It is about walking into a room and making people feel something before you even say a word. You do not need to be the smartest, the richest, the most talented. You need to be undeniable. You need to train your mind to be unshakable. You need to move like someone who is destined for more. Because you are. You have a choice right now. Continue being the person who waits, who hesitates, who doubts. Or step into the version of you that refuses to be ignored. The version of you that does not seek approval. The version of you that commands respect without saying a word. The version of you that has been buried under fear, self-doubt, and hesitation for far too long. No one is stopping you except you. No one is holding you back except the old version of you. No one is standing in your way except the excuses you keep making. The moment you decide to kill your weakness, you take your power back. The moment you choose to be someone who cannot be overlooked, you become someone who cannot be stopped. Your habits are the chains that either lock you in weakness or unleash you into power. Every action, every decision, every small choice you make is either making you stronger or keeping you the same. You are not stuck because life is unfair. You are stuck because you keep repeating the same patterns, living in the same cycles, running in circles and expecting a different destination. Weak people live by impulse. They move without thinking. They speak without control. They waste time and call it relaxation. They scroll endlessly and call it entertainment. They overeat and call it enjoyment. They gossip and call it connection. They complain and call it venting. Every single day, they reinforce their own weakness with their actions, never realizing that every wasted hour is a brick in the prison they built for themselves. You say you want to be powerful, yet you live like someone who has no control. You wake up when you feel like it. You go to bed late for no reason. You start your day without direction. You allow distractions to run your life. You respond to every message. You pick up every call. You consume mindless content and wonder why your mind is weak. You engage in meaningless drama and wonder why you feel drained. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you choose weakness over strength. Every time you allow yourself to be pulled into nonsense, you prove that you are still easily controlled. Every time you let your emotions dictate your actions, you show the world that you are not yet in command of yourself. You cannot become powerful if you live like everyone else. The average person is predictable, reactive, distracted, and addicted to comfort. They do what is easy, and that is why they stay weak. They avoid discomfort, and that is why they never grow. They chase pleasure, and that is why they never feel fulfilled. You want to be different? Start living like it. Start structuring your days like someone who demands more from life. Start waking up with a purpose. Start controlling your emotions instead of letting them control you. Start valuing your time like it is the most expensive thing you own, because it is. The people who rule the world are not the people who were given power. They are the ones who took it. They are the ones who mastered themselves so completely that nothing could shake them. They trained their minds to be unbreakable. They trained their habits to be unstoppable. They trained their focus to be untouchable. They became machines of discipline, and that is why the world bends for them. You cannot build an empire with the habits of a peasant. You cannot command respect with the actions of a weakling. You cannot expect greatness when you are still living like someone who settles for less. Look at your daily routine. Look at how you spend your mornings, your nights, your free time. Look at how often you give in to distractions. That is why you are not where you want to be. That is why you feel powerless. That is why you are still fighting battles that should have been won long ago. Discipline is not punishment, it is freedom. When you control your actions, you control your future. When you master your mind, you master your life. When you eliminate weak habits, you eliminate weak results. The most dangerous person in any room is the one who is completely in control of themselves. The one who does not react emotionally. The one who does not waste time. The one who is never caught off guard. The one who moves with purpose, thinks with clarity, and speaks with certainty. That level of power is built, not given. It is forged in fire. It is earned through relentless discipline. It is created through unshakable self-mastery. You must train yourself to become a machine of focus. You must cut off everything that does not make you stronger. You must let go of habits that do not push you forward. You must break the cycle of distractions, laziness, and inconsistency. You must be willing to sacrifice comfort for growth. You must be ready to give up temporary pleasure for long-term dominance. The greatest enemy is not outside of you, it is within. It is the part of you that chooses ease over effort. It is the voice in your head that tells you to relax when you should be working. It is the impulse that makes you check your phone instead of sharpening your mind. It is the habit of putting things off, making excuses, seeking shortcuts. That is the enemy. And if you do not kill it, it will kill your potential. You will not recognize yourself in 1 week if you commit to radical discipline, if you wake up every day with a plan and execute it without hesitation, if you refuse to waste a single second on meaningless distractions, if you move through life like someone who is building something unstoppable, if you eliminate every excuse, every weakness, every hesitation. The world does not move for the uncertain. It does not reward the inconsistent. It does not open doors for those who hesitate. It gives power to those who prove they can handle it. It bows to those who show they cannot be broken. It follows those who demonstrate relentless discipline. If you want to be that person, start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, now. Because the longer you wait, the stronger your bad habits become. The longer you hesitate, the deeper your weakness takes root. The longer you delay, the more power you lose. Power is not for those who wait. It is for those who take control. It is for those who refuse to be a slave to their impulses. It is for those who structure their lives with purpose, discipline, and absolute clarity. It is for those who are willing to do what others will not, so they can live how others never will. You have spent enough time in mediocrity. You have wasted enough years in hesitation. You have delayed your power long enough. The time to change is now. The moment to become unshakable is now. The choice is yours. Weakness or dominance, comfort or control, excuses or power, choose wisely. Weakness is a disease that spreads every time you allow it to win. The moment you justify laziness, it multiplies. The second you excuse procrastination, it grows stronger. The instant you choose comfort over progress, it tightens its grip. You have been feeding your weakness, giving it power over you, letting it dictate your actions and allowing it to hold you hostage. Every time you say, just 5 more minutes, when your alarm rings, you are choosing weakness. Every time you tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, you are reinforcing failure. Every time you let emotions cloud your judgment, you are handing over your control. Your habits are either making you powerful or keeping you stuck. There is no middle ground. There is no neutral decision. Everything you do is either building your strength or destroying it. The people who dominate life are not special. They are not born different. They have simply mastered the ability to control themselves when others cannot. They feel the same temptations, but they do not give in. They experience the same distractions, but they do not indulge. They face the same discomforts, but they do not run. That is the difference between those who rise and those who remain the same. Your body wants comfort, your mind craves ease, your emotions seek validation. If you allow these things to control you, you will never be powerful, you will never be unrecognizable, you will never escape the life you are trying to leave behind. The version of you that remains the same is not being held back by the world, it is being kept in place by your own inability to control yourself. Discipline is not a punishment, it is a weapon. It is the tool that turns ordinary people into unstoppable forces. It is the force that separates the weak from the powerful. It is the reason some people achieve everything they desire while others spend their lives watching from the sidelines. If you do not master yourself, you will be controlled by everything around you. You will be moved by impulses, manipulated by emotions, and led by distractions. Powerful people do not ask for permission to be great. They do not wait for motivation to take action. They do not rely on inspiration to get started. They move forward whether they feel like it or not. They take action when others hesitate. They execute their plans when others procrastinate. They push forward when others make excuses. That is why they win. That is why they rise. That is why they cannot be ignored. Look at the people around you. Most of them live in cycles of weakness. They wake up without direction. They waste hours on meaningless activities. They consume more than they create. They react instead of strategizing. They are controlled by impulses rather than by intention. And then they wonder why their lives never change. They wonder why they feel powerless. They wonder why they never move forward. The greatest lie you have been told is that change takes time, that transformation is slow, that success requires endless years of patience. The truth is, change happens the moment you decide. Power is built the second you choose discipline over comfort. Strength is forged the moment you reject weakness. The process is not long, the decision is instant. The only reason people stay the same for years is because they keep making the same choices. You can become unrecognizable in 1 week if you kill the habits that keep you weak. if you wake up every day and refuse to entertain laziness, if you move through life with purpose instead of passivity, if you eliminate every single behavior that reinforces failure, if you stop making excuses, stop tolerating distractions, and stop accepting anything less than absolute control over your own mind. Most people will never reach their potential because they do not even know what is controlling them. They do not realize that their thoughts are dictated by the content they consume. They do not see that their emotions are manipulated by the people they surround themselves with. They do not understand that their lives are a reflection of their daily decisions. If you are not aware of what is controlling you, you will never be able to break free. You must guard your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. You must treat your time like it is sacred, because it is. You must protect your energy like it is gold, because it will determine your future. Every single thing you allow into your life is either making you stronger or making you weaker. If you do not filter out the weak influences, you will never build power. If you do not eliminate distractions, you will never develop focus. If you do not reject mediocrity, you will never achieve greatness. Your body must obey your mind, not the other way around. Your emotions must follow your logic, not control it. Your decisions must be made from purpose, not impulse. If you are still being moved by laziness, controlled by cravings, and influenced by emotions, you are still not in power. And if you are not in power, you will never become unrecognizable. You will never escape your old self. You will never rise above the version of you that has been keeping you stuck. You do not need motivation, you need mastery. You do not need more time, you need more discipline. You do not need permission, you need execution. The people who dominate life are the ones who do not wait for the perfect moment. They take action when they do not feel like it. They move forward even when it is uncomfortable. They push through when their emotions tell them to stop. That is why they succeed. That is why they lead. That is why they are unstoppable. You will never know how powerful you can become until you stop giving in to weakness. You will never reach your full potential until you kill the habits that are holding you back. You will never break free until you decide with absolute certainty that you are done being controlled. No more wasting time, no more justifications, no more emotional decision-making. It does not take years to transform. It takes days, it takes moments. It takes a ruthless decision to reject the habits that are keeping you small. It takes a relentless commitment to discipline. It takes an unshakable mindset that refuses to be moved by weakness. The second you decide to stop tolerating mediocrity, your transformation begins. The moment you choose to live with absolute control, your power is unlocked. The instant you stop allowing anything outside of you to dictate your actions, you become unstoppable. Most people will never experience true power because they are not willing to pay the price. They are not willing to suffer for it. They are not willing to give up the habits that make them comfortable. But the people who do, those are the ones who rise. Those are the ones who dominate. Those are the ones who become so unrecognizable that the world cannot ignore them. Your future is not waiting for you. It is demanding that you prove you are worthy of it. Your success is not on hold. It is waiting for you to take control. Your power is not hidden. It is buried beneath layers of weakness that you must be willing to destroy. This is your moment. This is your time. This is the decision that will change everything. Either you take control or you stay the same. Either you choose strength or you choose failure. Either you rise or you remain stuck. Choose wisely. Your future is suffocating under the weight of your own hesitation. Every time you delay, you are burying your potential a little deeper. Every second you waste, the version of you that could have dominated this world fades further into the background. The life you dream of is being held hostage by your inability to take control. If you do not wake up now, if you do not move with ruthless determination, you will never escape the version of yourself that has kept you small. The people you admire, the ones who seem untouchable, the ones who walk into a room and shift the energy without speaking a word, they were not born that way. They built themselves. They designed their lives through relentless discipline. They killed the habits that made them weak. They eliminated the people who drained them. They silenced the voices that planted doubt in their minds. They did not ask for permission. They took it. You have been playing by rules that were not designed for you to win. You have been conditioned to believe that greatness takes time. You have been told that success is a long, slow process. You have been programmed to think that becoming powerful requires years of patience. That is a lie. You do not need more time. You need a complete, unforgiving, immediate shift in how you operate. The reason you are not powerful yet is because you keep hesitating when it is time to execute. Decisions shape your destiny. Every decision you make is either moving you forward or pulling you backward. There is no middle ground. There is no neutral. The moment you choose discipline over comfort, you shift into power. The second you choose execution over procrastination, you separate yourself from the masses. The instant you eliminate every excuse, you become unstoppable. Power is not a reward, it is a consequence of your actions. If you do not take it, you will remain invisible. The world does not care about your excuses. It does not feel sorry for your struggles. It will not wait for you to be ready. You either step up and take what you want, or you watch someone else claim what could have been yours. You either train yourself to dominate, or you accept a life where you are always second place. The ones who rise are not the most talented. They are the ones who execute when others hesitate. They are the ones who move with precision when everyone else is still planning. They are the ones who refuse to be controlled by anything other than their own will. Your mind must be your weapon, not your weakness. Your thoughts must be your fuel, not your enemy. Your emotions must be tools, not chains. If you cannot control your own mind, you will be controlled by everything around you. If you allow fear to dictate your actions, you will never move forward. If you let doubt whisper in your ear, you will never take the risks that will change your life. The ones who win are the ones who do not entertain weakness. They silence every thought that tries to hold them back. They cut out every voice that does not serve them. They move with certainty when everyone else is still questioning themselves. Power is not given, it is built. It is crafted through relentless discipline. It is forged through brutal self-awareness. It is earned through an unbreakable work ethic. If you are waiting for someone to hand you success, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. If you think the universe is going to reward you for simply wanting more, you will remain stuck. The only way to get what you want is to become a version of yourself that is so undeniable, so disciplined, so focused, that the world has no choice but to recognize your power. There is no secret formula, there is no magic blueprint, there's only one truth. You either execute or you don't. You either move forward or you stay stuck. You either commit fully or you remain average. The people who dominate this world do not have special abilities. They are not luckier than you. They are not gifted. They simply do what most people refuse to do. They do not tolerate laziness. They do not entertain distractions. They do not make decisions based on emotions. They do not wait until they feel ready. They move before the world expects them to. They execute while everyone else is still doubting. They rise before anyone realizes what is happening. Most people will never become powerful because they are too addicted to their old selves. They are too attached to their comfort zones. They are too afraid to burn the bridges that keep them tied to their past. They talk about change, but refuse to change their behavior. They dream of success, but refuse to pay the price. They make excuses while others take action. That is why they never become unrecognizable. That is why they never experience real transformation. That is why they will spend their lives watching others achieve what they were too afraid to chase. Your ability to become powerful is directly tied to your ability to execute without hesitation. Every second you hesitate, someone else is taking action. Every moment you waste, someone else is outworking you. Every excuse you make, someone else is proving why you are not competition. The people who win in life are the ones who do not waste time debating whether or not they should move. They move, they execute, they take what they want. If you want to be unrecognizable in 1 week, you must operate at a level that most people are not willing to reach. You must wake up every single day with a level of discipline that makes excuses impossible. You must train yourself to execute so relentlessly that hesitation is no longer an option. You must become so obsessed with your own evolution that nothing and no one can slow you down. There is no time for self-doubt. There is no space for weakness. There is no room for hesitation. The ones who dominate are the ones who refuse to be average. They refuse to be controlled by comfort. They refuse to let fear dictate their lives. They refuse to remain the same. You either decide that you are done being ordinary, or you accept a life of mediocrity. You either become a force that cannot be ignored, or you blend into the background. You either execute with ruthless precision, or you remain stuck in the same patterns that have been keeping you small. This is not about motivation. This is about execution. This is not about inspiration. This is about transformation. This is not about waiting for the right moment. This is about making every moment the right moment. Every second matters. Every decision counts. Every action determines your future. If you do not move now, you may never move at all. If you do not take control, someone else will. If you do not eliminate every habit that weakens you, you will never be powerful. You must move like your life depends on it, because it does. You must execute like your future is at stake, because it is. You must commit with an intensity that leaves no room for failure. The ones who rise are the ones who refuse to stop. The ones who win are the ones who do not break. The ones who become unrecognizable are the ones who kill every version of themselves that was too weak to succeed. You have one decision, one choice, one chance. You either step into your power or you stay the same. You either take action or you watch others pass you by. You either become a force that cannot be ignored or you remain invisible. Decide.